Lockout tagout devices are essential for preventing accidental or unauthorized activation of machinery and equipment during maintenance or repair. These devices ensure that energy sources are isolated, preventing potential injuries or damage. There are several types of lockout tagout devices. Firstly, padlocks are used to lock out energy sources such as electrical panels, switches, and valves. Secondly, tagouts are physical tags attached to equipment to indicate that it is locked out and should not be operated. Thirdly, hasps allow multiple padlocks to be attached to a single energy source, ensuring that multiple individuals can lock out the same equipment. Fourthly, lockout stations are storage units that house padlocks, tags, and other LOTO devices. Fifthly, cable lockout devices are used to lock out large or awkwardly shaped equipment that cannot be secured with a padlock. Sixthly, breaker lockout devices are designed to prevent circuit breakers from being turned on, ensuring that power is isolated. You can find lockout tagout devices from several sources. Industrial safety suppliers like Grainger, McCombs Supply, and Safety Mart are good options. Online retailers such as Amazon Business, Zora, and Tool Suppliers Incorporated offer a wide selection. You can also purchase directly from manufacturers like Brady Corporation, 3M, and Master Lock. Safety equipment rental companies like Safety Rental Services and United Rentals may also provide LOTO devices. It's important to be aware of relevant regulations and standards. OSHA requires employers to establish and implement lockout tagout procedures to protect employees from hazardous energy sources. ANSI Z244.1 and Z244.2 provide guidelines for the effective use of lockout tagout devices. Employers are also required to provide training to employees on the proper use of LOTO devices. As a best practice, LOTO devices should be regularly inspected, maintained, and replaced as needed to ensure their effectiveness. These devices play a crucial role in workplace safety by preventing the unexpected release of hazardous energy, protecting workers from serious injuries or fatalities. The lockout tagout procedure involves several key steps. Firstly, preparation is key. Identify all energy sources that need to be controlled and understand the specific hazards associated with each energy source. Secondly, shut down the equipment properly. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for safely shutting down the machinery or equipment. Thirdly, isolate the energy sources. Disconnect or isolate all energy sources, such as electrical, mechanical, hydraulic, pneumatic, and thermal energy. Fourthly, apply lockout tagout devices. Attach appropriate lockout devices to each energy isolating device to prevent accidental re-energization. Use tagout devices in conjunction with lockout devices to provide a clear warning that the equipment is locked out. Fifthly, verify the isolation. Test the equipment to ensure that the energy sources have been effectively isolated. Check for any residual energy that may still be present. Sixthly, perform the maintenance or repair work. Once the isolation is verified, proceed with the necessary maintenance or repair work. Seventhly, remove lockout tagout devices safely. After the work is completed, carefully remove the lockout tagout devices, following a documented procedure. Ensure that all employees are clear of the equipment before re-energizing it. Eighthly, re-energize the equipment. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for safely re-energizing the equipment. Ninthly, document the process. Keep records of all lockout tagout procedures, including the date, time, equipment involved, and the names of the employees who performed the lockout tagout. Lockout tagout programs should be regularly reviewed and updated to ensure their effectiveness. Training should be provided to all employees who are involved in the lockout tagout process. This training should cover the proper use of lockout tagout devices, the steps involved in the lockout tagout procedure, and the hazards associated with hazardous energy sources. Regular inspections should be conducted to ensure that lockout tagout procedures are being followed correctly. Deficiencies should be corrected promptly. A written lockout tagout program should be developed and implemented. This program should include procedures for identifying and controlling hazardous energy sources, as well as procedures for training employees and conducting inspections. The Lockout Tagout program should be tailored to the specific needs of the workplace. It should be reviewed and updated regularly to ensure that it remains effective. Lockout Tagout devices should be durable and resistant to environmental conditions. They should also be easily identifiable and distinguishable from other devices. Lockout Tagout devices should be stored in a secure location when not in use. Only authorized employees should have access to Lockout Tagout devices. The use of Lockout Tagout devices is essential for preventing accidents and injuries in the workplace. By following proper Lockout Tagout procedures, employers can protect their employees from the hazards associated with hazardous energy sources. Lockout Tagout is not just a regulatory requirement, but also a moral obligation. Employers have a responsibility to provide a safe and healthy workplace for their employees. By implementing effective Lockout Tagout programs, employers can demonstrate their commitment to safety. The cost of implementing a Lockout Tagout program is minimal compared to the potential cost of an accident or injury. Lockout Tagout is a worthwhile investment that can save lives and prevent injuries. Remember, safety is everyone's responsibility. By working together, we can create a safer workplace for all. Lockout Tagout is a critical component of a comprehensive safety program. It should be integrated with other safety measures such as hazard communication, personal protective equipment, and machine guarding. A well-designed and implemented Lockout Tagout program can significantly reduce the risk of accidents and injuries. It can also improve employee morale and productivity. By taking the time to implement a proper Lockout Tagout program, employers can create a safer, more productive, and more profitable workplace. Don't wait until an accident happens to implement a Lockout Tagout program. Take action today to protect your employees and your business. Lockout Tagout is a simple but effective way to prevent accidents and injuries. It is a vital part of any safety program. Make sure that you have a proper Lockout Tagout program in place and that your employees are properly trained. The life you save may be your own. In addition to the points mentioned, consider the importance of communication during Lockout Tagout procedures. Clear and concise communication between all involved parties is crucial to ensure that everyone understands the status of the equipment and the potential hazards. This includes informing all affected employees before the Lockout Tagout process begins, explaining the reasons for the Lockout Tagout, and outlining the steps that will be taken. During the Lockout Tagout process, regular communication should be maintained to keep everyone informed of any changes or updates. Before re-energizing the equipment, all involved parties should be notified and given the opportunity to verify that it is safe to proceed. Effective communication helps to prevent misunderstandings, errors, and potential accidents. It also promotes a culture of safety and teamwork in the workplace. When selecting Lockout Tagout devices, consider the specific requirements of the equipment and the environment in which they will be used. Choose devices that are durable, tamper-resistant, and easily identifiable. Ensure that the devices are compatible with the energy-isolating devices and that they provide a secure and reliable means of preventing accidental re-energization. Regularly inspect Lockout Tagout devices to ensure that they are in good working condition and that they have not been damaged or compromised. Replace any damaged or worn devices immediately. Proper selection and maintenance of Lockout Tagout devices are essential for their effectiveness. When developing Lockout Tagout procedures, consider the potential for human error. Design the procedures to be as simple and straightforward as possible, and provide clear and concise instructions to employees. Use visual aids such as diagrams and flowcharts to help employees understand the steps involved. Implement error-proofing measures such as checklists and verification steps to reduce the risk of mistakes. Regularly review and update the procedures to address any identified weaknesses or areas for improvement. By taking steps to minimize the potential for human error, you can significantly improve the effectiveness of your Lockout Tagout program. Consider the use of technology to enhance your Lockout Tagout program. Electronic lockout tagout systems can provide real-time monitoring of equipment status, track lockout tagout activities, and generate reports. These systems can also help to ensure that lockout tagout procedures are followed correctly and that all required steps are completed. Mobile apps can be used to provide employees with access to lockout tagout procedures, training materials, and other resources. Technology can help to streamline the lockout tagout process, improve efficiency, and reduce the risk of errors. Finally, remember that lockout tagout is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. Regularly review and update your lockout tagout program to ensure that it remains effective and that it meets the changing needs of your workplace. Conduct regular training and refresher training for employees to reinforce their knowledge and skills. Monitor the effectiveness of your program through audits and inspections. By continuously improving your lockout tagout program, you can create a safer and more productive workplace for all. Implementing a comprehensive lockout tagout program is a significant undertaking, but it is well worth the effort. By taking the time to develop and implement a proper program, you can protect your employees from the hazards of hazardous energy and create a safer, more productive, and more profitable workplace.